Hello everybody, Shocking into 1000 reporting for duty, welcoming you back to an episode of my brilliant Diamond Hooplocke Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we made our way up the surfing route north of Sunyshore after going through a prolonged dialogue about what I've been doing off camera at the end of the episode before of episode 75. Because in episode 75, I spun the wheel to decide what my next challenge was going to be when tackling Victory Road, and that's what we're doing right now. This time, hi Mantike. Honestly, as much as I like you as a Pokemon, I'm not going to take the liberty of catching you, because for starters, you're level 38, and secondly, I need a Remoraid in my party in order to evolve you. But yeah, you just faintly saw before we got jumped on by that Mantike. We have made it to the Pokemon League, except we're not at the Pokemon League. We still need to go down through Victory Road. And before we do that, I'm obviously going to heal, because it's vital to do that. So see, that's what the Pokeballs look like in greater detail on those who are actually looking, of the Legends Arceus transfer. Now when you hear this music, definitely soothing and settling until you step foot in Victory Road when you hear this. Yeah, definitely worthwhile dungeon to say the least. Now, I probably should have actually bought a lot of repels, if I have to be honest, because I've only got one super repel. So here's what I'm going to do. Because we've actually gained access into the Pokemon Center, we can just fly back here whenever. So I'm going to fly straight back over to Sunyshore. And I'm going to enter the Pokemart so that way I can sell some stuff that I don't really need. I could technically sell the revives, but I would actually need the revives for when I actually revive my ice types because of the lives I'm giving them. I'm only giving them 2 lives, so don't get your hopes up. We don't need the honey. We don't need the shards. I would actually keep the PP up, but no, I'm selling that. Soothe Bell I'm keeping. I'm getting rid of the yellow shards. I did actually find another spooky plate in the ground underground as well. I also found an Everstone. And I did find a couple of Thunderstones and Firestones. There's the Icy Rock. Deep Sea Tooth. An item to be held by Clam Pearl. Don't need. We'll keep the incense. Actually, no. We don't need the pure incense. Rose incense could be helpful. Okay. And then we got the treasures. We'll sell them. And let's just buy a ton of max repels. Alright. Now the trek beckons us. We'll start off by using a super repel, and actually, while I think about it, where's the max repels in the bag? Oh, actually, yeah. Give the Icy Rock to Yeti. It's the reason why I picked it up in the first place. I did find a ton of hard stones. Don't really need that, but we'll keep it anyway. Light clay could be handy if any of my Pokemon had a screen, but they don't. Right, I'll favourite that, and then I'll put down favourites first, and then I will instantly unfavourite. There we go. Now, I don't recall exactly every single item's location, so I'm going to have to like pick up every single one that I happen to find. And I will be fighting trainers because I need the experience, even though it would actually be best suited to save fighting these Pokemon trainers until when I got my old team back. Right, open up with a Blizzard. Even though Noctowl does have good special defense, but not enough to survive from a level 54 Goma Snow. Oh, actually, I should really say, another Pokemon I did happen to catch in the Grand Underground that I forgot to include yesterday was a Graveler. Because we had a Geodude called Zoe that was level 5 for the entirety of the playthrough, and I never took into the liberty of leveling it up to evolve it until I found a wild Graveler, and I just went, okay, quick ball, bam, instantly caught him. And yeah, it did have a self-KOing move in his move pool. It's not a shiny, in case you're wondering. So don't feel concerned about that. Wait, is there something along up here? Oh, there's a scalable mountain. This isn't the scalable mountain that you need, I don't think. Oh, never mind, it is. Right, we'll jump over here and we'll pick up TM41 Torment. And, right, you are able to be avoided. I'm actually not going to fight you, believe it or not. Okay, nothing over there. My memory of all the victory rows is not really the greatest in the world. Even though the Carlos one, what I just do in that one is I just rush from point A to point B. I don't even bother picking up the items nowadays. Because the only time I ever play Pokemon X and Y is when I'm doing a Nuzlocke of specifically using one primary type. Yeah, because that's what I've been doing with rehearsing these like Nuzlockes and that, because since the beginning of the summer holidays in 2022, I began wanting to play Pokemon story games non-stop, but under the requirement of doing a Nuzlocke. Specifically of using a primary type that a wheel randomly depicted for me. And okay, you've used Tail Whip twice now, which means you're going to open up with an Aqua Tail. So I'm going to switch out. But yeah, because a lot of the famous YouTubers do a standard tradition of modding their games, which can only be done by using an emulator of the game consoles, as well as modifying the game consoles themselves. So I say, if you were to like make something happen in Pokemon Sword and Shield, like M&J TV did when he randomized encounters, their Pokemon types, the moves they learn, the abilities they carry, and all, basically just randomized everything. Literally everything. That is something that I wish I could do, because I think it would be really fun to play one of the main line Pokemon games where one of the Pokemon I would have to choose from between the starters could be something like, I don't know, option number 1, Elekid, option number 2, Kyogre, and option number 3, a Bidoof. Because it's like the 3 Pokemon that you would not normally get in a standard playthrough, plus it would actually either make the game more fun in a challenging way, or it might make things a little bit too easy to begin with, but then become harder later on. Unless you also randomize the Pokemon's typing, so that way you have no idea what typing anyone is. Even though your mind will just be constantly like, oh, I know your type, it's this type, and you find out, oh, no, it's not. Right, I'm going to swap out Frost Breath. I know it's actually good to have a guaranteed crit hit, but it's not as powerful as Ice Beam. Plus, we need a way to power up Hex, because the only other move that Kimono can learn as a ghost move is Astonish by leveling up. Otherwise, to get Shadow Ball taught by TM, and I have no idea where you find the TM for Shadow Ball in this game. There's no hidden item up there, so we're free to move on. I'm trying to think. So let's see. Right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, got it. I've loaded up game8.co, which is actually a fantastic website to use for information. Even though Bulbapedia, Sewabi is alright and all, but the thing is, they do make changes all the time, and sometimes it kind of affects how their website works. But game8.co, you get information on the fly after about a month or two of the game being released. Right, over there we get Max Ether. And obviously, over there, I want to see if I can try and remember how to get over to there, because you want to pick that item up. There you go, jump over. Let's get off the bike so that way we're not wasting our steps with the max repel. And let's step over here so that, because we have to fight this guy. And I want to make sure that he's not in the way for what I have to do. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Rapidash. Okay, that's not good. Instantly, I need to switch out to Walrein. I probably will say this though. One of the Pokemon that I was originally thinking of transferring from Pokemon Home into this game was actually a Lapras. Because Lapras can carry the ability Shell Armor, which actually would have been really helpful for me. But I thought Lapras probably might make the game a little bit too easy for me, so I thought I'll go for Walrein. Because I don't think Walrein's base stat total is as high as Lapras is. Unless they're exactly the same. My least favourite grass type of all grass type Pokemon, Carnivine. Why do I hate Carnivine so much? Because back when I was doing a Nuzlocke on this game, I was actually to allow myself to use every single Pokemon type except for one particular type, which was Fairy. Because the only Fairy type Pokemon that we could actually get in the game were the Clefairy line, the Togepi line, the Ralts line, and the Igglybuff line. And every single one of them, except for, well, Clefairy, is found in the Grand Underground. So that's why I decided to be like 4 Fairy type families for an entire playthrough fighting 8 gyms, plus an Elite Four champion, plus the bad guys of this game. No, I'm using every single Pokemon type but Fairy types. And Carnivine, I was trying my hardest to catch in the Great Marsh, and every single time he kept breaking out of the Safari Ball, even though I kept throwing Mud at him, and they just kept running away from me all the time. They just kept refusing to be caught. And I literally wasted an hour and a half of my time trying to catch a Carnivine to use in that Nuzlocke, to the point where I just gave up and never bothered catching it again, and hated it ever since. Okay, Clefable using Cosmic Power, that's raised the defense stat of both stats by 1. There we go, 5% chance to miss, and I miss immediately. I'm not concerned at all. I probably will say, if I get further into Victory Road and I've not lost a single life, I will take away the extra lives of my Ice-type Pokemon. So that way, we're still dealing with a challenge. Nice, critical hit. Okay, that's a little bit concerning. Right, we'll try one more, please. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Torterra. Right, I would actually have Glalie attack, but just in case on the off chance that I happen to miss, I'd rather play it safe. I'm switching into Glaceon because Glaceon, surprisingly for an Ice type, has really good defense. Weird, I know. But it helps. And this will be quad super effective regardless. I'll bring you back from the PC, Torterra, don't worry. By the way, Torterra, nicknamed, hit subscribe. You lot should do, by the way. Those who are just watching my videos for like 1 second, like, a bit shameful really, how you just don't have the heart to watch my videos for longer than a second. Right, I'm going to move with the D-pad here. This guy got no choice but to fight. Yeah, any trainers I have no choice but to fight, I will fight. Otherwise, I'll just ignore them. I'm going to switch out to Kimono because I believe you are going to use close combat. Oh, you use quick attack. Okay. Still checks out. Oh, dang it. Victory was short-lived. Oh, yeah, that happens to me all the time. But of course, when I started this episode, when you saw me using Jinx against the Gyarados and the Gyarados was frozen, yeah, I used Ice Beam on turn 1 and I got the freeze immediately and he stayed frozen. But didn't happen that time. Oh, Hippowdon. I know what you're going to use on turn 1. The only problem is, it's not ideal for me to switch out to Yeti. So, let's compare. Okay, Walrein, 108. Glaceon, 136. Right, okay. Yeah, because I was actually thinking, I'll probably switch out to a bonus node to override the Sandstream into Hail. Mate, if you're a veteran, why were you originally thinking of using Ice Fang on a Frostlass? And then, my God, I do not think that you are a veteran at all. The fact that you took the liberty of using Ice Fang when Frostlass was originally out, when you had Crunch in your moveset, that would have done super effective damage. And I'll take that critical hit. Good job, Glaceon. If you was wondering what nickname I was originally going to give Glaceon, I would have nicknamed it Vapor. But for Walrein, I'll just call it Stash or something, I don't know. Right, I'm going down and then back up again, because if you take this optional path, there are some trainers to fight, but more importantly, that I just don't want to forget again. I think the trainers found here you have to fight. I'm not 100% sure. But then again, this isn't really the required path. But I want to come up here anyway because it is worth your while to do so. So first and foremost, grab the full restore. Definitely makes a big difference considering the fact, like, if you was playing the original DS game with this, you would need like a good running start before you could actually like get over it. Yeah, we do have to fight these guys. If you actually want to go up this way, there is a TM containing Stone Edge. I'm not going to be bothering to pick it up because I do not rely on moves to have a chance to miss. But it does have a high critical hit ratio, and if you were using a Torterra on your team, he can learn that move. Right then, we run along this bridge and we have a required trainer down there who looks like he uses fighting types. So we're going to bring in Fest to lead. And I would not be surprised if you use a Marchamp. Yep. Some of the trainers I actually do remember which Pokemon they use. Others I pretty much don't. I don't think that critical hit was necessary, but I'll take it regardless. There you go, Glaceon now level 50 and wants to learn Blizzard. That could be a good backup move. Only problem is, I don't really want to switch out Baby Doll Eyes, because that move has priority to guarantee to drop the opposing Pokemon's physical attack by 1 stage. Hail, just in case if I don't have a safe switch in for a Bulmasnow. Bite is the only move I would actually consider switching. But even though, yeah, the only types that resist ice damage is ice. But, yeah, I might as well. I might as well. Alright, down the basement. There are some trainers that will be willingly standing there to block your path. However, I'm obviously going to say, screw you lot. Never mind. This one you have to fight. I forgot there was a ledge jump up there. Trainers in Victory Road that use weak Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, many of us would actually agree with one another about this. Chingling should never have been created. In fact, a lot of baby Pokemon should not have really been created. Togepi I can understand because Togepi starts the evolution trend of Togetic and Togekiss. But Chimecho needed an evolution from Generation 3 and it got a pre-evolution instead. Pikachu already had an evolution of Raichu. You probably would have thought, oh, they're going to create a new evolution for Raichu, but no, they created a pre-evolution for Pichu. Same for Igglybuff with Jigglypuff. Same for Clefairy with Clefairy and Clefable. Same for Elekid with Electabuzz. And Magby with Magmar. It's moments like that where you just think, why? Why take the liberty of creating those baby Pokemon when finding their evolved forms in a late stage of the game is more applicable? But yeah, anyway, so you got to force to fight that Psychic, go up this waterfall, and I think there will be another. Yeah, there's another required trainer over here. We're going to switch out Jinx to be sparing of the moves. I think this guy has a pseudo-legendary on his team, but in his middle evolution form. I think it's Dragonair. Oh no, it's Goodbye. Well, I was half right. He did have a middle evolution pseudo-legendary. We'll just use my Roller Beam. Even though I could just go for Ice Beam TM and teach it to Walrein, but I don't really want to because when I finished this challenge, I will be depositing Glaceon and Walrein back in Pokemon Home, so any moves I would happen to teach them from TM would have been a complete waste. But anyway, we are actually approaching the end of the time limit, guys. So, as we go up these stairs, there is a veteran. I don't know if he turns or not. Okay, no, thank God. Down here is the Razor Claw. and I don't have a level up item. I don't have a rare I don't have a rare candy. However, I know where you can find one. You can actually find one here in Victory Road, but the problem is all of those optional trainers that I skipped in Victory Road, I have to fight them in order to get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Sneasel in for Russ, and then give you the Razor Claw Slasher, and then that's it. That's going to be the end of the episode, everyone. Next time on my Brilliant Diamond Hooplocke Nuzlocke, we will trek further into Victory Road, hopefully to make it to the end. See you guys then.